There is no downside to getting out there, getting experience and learning. Then let's get you to a place that you're starting to figure out and narrow down options for the industry.
This is the Work in Sports Podcast.
All right, so it is the Monday after the Super Bowl. So I live outside of Philly, so this whole area has been pretty charged the last couple weeks. As you can imagine, it was a hold. Just going to say it. It's too bad. It's unfortunate it came down to a kind of lame kill the clock field goal at the end, but fun game. Rihanna was lip syncing, which was kind of disappointing. Greg Olsen was good, but I don't think he was as good as everybody makes him out to be. It kind of feels like the Tony Romo of the world, where everybody was way into Tony Romo, and now everybody's like, I don't know if I like him anymore. I worry about that with Greg Olsen. Other than that, I don't know. Hurts was awesome. Mahomes was awesome. Fun game. I didn't have any necessary rooting interest as a Patriots fan, so it was fun to sit back and just watch a good game. I hope everybody else enjoyed it as well. Last week, before I got into Super Bowl stuff and everything like that, I'd met with and spoke at a classroom at Western Kentucky University. Really cool discussion and conversation. I speak in a lot of different classrooms, and this was a really good one. A student at Western Kentucky, I'm sorry I don't have their name. They asked a question during our open-ended period of our classroom talk, and they asked one that I want to bring to you. It was,
is it better while in college to get a lot of different types of experience or get specific experiences?
I love this question because I say it all the time on the show. We talk about this a lot. If you're in college right now, or if you're a young person getting ready for college, or whatever it may be, you're in the acquisition phase of your life, right? So I'm deeper into my career. I've been working for over 20 years. I've acquired a lot of skills and attributes that make me marketable out there, and I leverage those to get jobs. I continually learn, as everybody should, but when you're a young person kind of getting started, you're trying to acquire as much knowledge and information and as experience as you can. So I tend to look at this as not an either or question. I tend to look at it as both.
Both is good.
So let me explain. In the first 2 years of your college experience, freshman and sophomore year, I think you need to keep a really wide lens on the opportunities that are out there because you don't really know exactly where you want to fit yet. Most of you. Some of you might enter college and you're like, I want to be Everett Fitzhugh, Lee Steinberg, or some other agent. Or you might have an exacting idea. I want to be Brett Veach, the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to follow that path. You might know that exactly. That's great. Start making decisions that get you on that path. But for a lot of you, you don't know yet. And the best way to start to figure out where you fit in the industry, you have to live experiences. You have to get out there as much as you can. So I'm telling you, in the first couple years of your college experience, do internships as much as you can. Do paid volunteer opportunities. Get out there and try different things. Try different courses. Learn different aspects of the industry and try to acquire as much skills as you can, but also with the focus of just, I'm going to experience as much as I can and figure out what I like. There's got to be a discovery phase of, who am I? Where does my personality fit? Where am I going to best match the industry so that I'll be happy in my career and fulfilled? Because when you're fulfilled, you do a better job. So you got to figure that out. And the only way to do it, you can't get super specific early. You got to stay kind of wide. So there is no downside to getting out there, getting experience and learning. And then let's get you to a place that you're starting to figure out and narrow down options for the industry. Now, your junior and senior year efforts are all about getting specific skills. So the student that asked this question really wanted to work in analytics. It was a really good question. He asked a couple of questions. I was happy that he asked them. And of course, because I'm self-promotional, I said, go listen to the podcast with Louis Polis from the Philadelphia Phillies and Ari Kaplan from formerly the Chicago Cubs. He built their analytics department. Those are great interviews to learn from people. So I tell all of you this. I've interviewed everybody out there, it seems like, or at least every aspect of the industry has been covered. And you can even email me and ask and be like, have you ever interviewed anybody in this side of the business? And I'll be like, yep. Okay, go talk to DeAndre Duggins and go listen to this one and go listen to Felicia Douglas. And I'll point you in the right directions because these are my babies. These interviews, right? All these conversations. You got to listen to them and learn, but it might help you refine where you want to be. But the point of this conversation is he wanted to work in analytics and he was saying, should I get general experience across a lot of different things or should I get specific? And for him, now it's time to get specific. You want to learn Python, you want to learn SQL, you want to learn R, you want to learn Tableau, because those are the tools that are used out in the industry. And if you're going to get a job in analytics, you want to have those things in your toolkit. You want to be able to say, I'm familiar with these programs and I've used them. So you do want to start to acquire specific skills because, again, it's competitive out there. And the more you have that aligns with the jobs that are out there and in the marketplace, the better served you will be for getting a job. And that's the goal. And then you're going to hit the ground running and you're going to ramp up faster on the job. And you're going to be productive in your first 3 months because you already know a little bit of the software they use. And when you're productive in the first 3 months, you're sending a signal of your ceiling for this organization. So now you've been hired, you've started to contribute, you're really starting to do a good job. And guess what? The opportunity for promotion is there within the first year. So while in college, you want to be acquiring as many skills as you can, you also need to make sure you're intentional about those opportunities and you're focusing in on those areas that are going to be directly related to the job that you're looking for. Now, I want to go one layer deeper. Everybody listening, no matter who you are, no matter what career you want to get into in the sports industry, there are certain fundamental skills that I think will benefit you to know. Now, some of these are going to sound familiar because I've mentioned them before, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper today. There are certain skills that will set you up for success, whether you stay in sports, whether you translate to other industries. When you're looking for opportunities, it's going to say like this person has a well-rounded level of experience. And all of these things are vital tools that you should know. Okay. I've talked about Photoshop a million times. A lot of you thinking, I don't want to be a graphic designer. That's not the point. I've talked with people before in the sales department that are like, I'd be more likely to hire a salesperson that has a little bit of Photoshop experience because we might not always be able to access the graphic design team because they're working on other things within our organization. But if we got to put together a presentation and I've got somebody on my team that can work Photoshop and make it look good, that's a huge asset. So that's just one example of how something like Photoshop can really help you. Excel. Numbers are crunched. And whether you're a financial analyst or a data analyst or a business analyst, you need Excel. But if you're just a person on the business side, Excel is a tool that is used everywhere. Could be Google Sheets too. They're very similar. You're going to overlap some. But the more you can do on a tool like Excel, the better off you'll be. Google Analytics, that's another one. Being able to understand everybody has a digital presence. Being able to understand the impact of your maneuvers. That's what Google Analytics will do. Where your leads come from, where your business comes from, where your transactions come from. Are they coming from social? Are they coming from our email marketing campaign? You need to know these things so you can start making smarter, data-driven decisions. Google Analytics is the way to know that. CRM systems, customer relationship management. Say it again, customer relationship management. You can tell what it is right now. CRM systems are like Salesforce, HubSpot, Microsoft Dynamics. Everybody has customers. These track the communications, the efforts, run reports, put together action plans. I'm not saying you need to be an expert in these, but if you have some familiarity, that benefits you in the long run. Project management software like ClickUp or Monday.com. These are extremely important as well because every organization is running projects and has a lot of different components of it. And there's a lot of efficiency softwares out there like ClickUp or Monday.com that help you manage these entire processes. These are the fundamental skills. So I'm saying everybody listening should be considering learning these skills while in college and then getting specific into the industry tools that are used for where you want to go in your specific job. Experience and acquisition of skills is a very interesting part of our industry and something I talk about a lot. We are a skills-based hiring world. The sports world is a meritocracy. If you can do it better than the other person, you are going to get the job. You are going to get the opportunity. There used to be a time we hired on potential and we trained up. I'm not saying that never happens, but now we're looking for those people that have a skill set that can hit the ground running and that can make an impact. So getting a refined skill set while you're in college is really important. And then learning these other base skills that would help you if you pivoted to any other type of position will really set you up for success. So you have a foundation of skills. That's your solid foundation. And then you start to branch into these more refined, detailed skills for exactly where you need to go. So learn CRM systems, learn Excel. But if you want to get into analytics, learn Python. You see how I'm funneling into a very clear place? That's the strategy you want to use for gaining experience and matching the marketplace. So it's aggressive. You need to put a lot of work in. Those of you that can't do internships, YouTube videos. Those of you that don't do, you have a complex schedule, you're a student athlete, you maybe can't fit it all in. Use other tools, online courses, LinkedIn Learning. Like I said, YouTube videos, there's tons of opportunities out there to learn. It doesn't always have to be a class or an internship. You can just get out there and learn. have these things in your toolkit, and you'll be better able to break into our sports industry. All right. Everett Fitzhugh on Wednesday. Great conversation, great energy, great fun, a lot of great advice. Make sure to tune into that then. Thanks, everybody. See you on Wednesday.